That's a bit of a legal joke that didn't hit as hard as I was hoping. Pick it up, everybody! This is a special! Cameras are rolling! Don't get lazy in the last 5 minutes! We're at the end of the run, we're trying to sprint! I know you're tired, but how the fuck do you think I feel? Humiliating every single member of my family for some cheap laughs to put it on TikTok for a few more followers. Pick it up! Let's finish this show with a bit of panache.
Put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Mr. Joseph Green.
I actually just got back from India. But then again, I always look like I've just got back from India. It was my first time in India. I'd never been there before. And I landed in a place called Bhopal. Now, I don't know if you know Bhopal. It's sort of a regional centre of India. And on my first day there, I went to the Bhopal cricket stadium. And it just so happened that the Bhopal cricket grand final was happening on that particular day. And I got there, bought a ticket, got inside, and very quickly I realised I was the only non-Indian person in the whole stadium. And some local Indians, they grabbed me and say, "Mister, come with us, come. And they grabbed me, and they took me to the main grandstand, and they took me up the main grandstand into the commentary box. And the main commentator, whilst commentating, said, Excuse me, mister, what is your name? Where are you from?" I said, "My name's Joseph, I'm from Melbourne in Australia." And into the mic, so everyone in the whole stadium could hear, he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Joseph from the MCG." The Shane Warne City. And immediately I got a standing ovation. Not one standing ovation in my time in Australia. First day in India, already a standing ovation. And they said, "Would I like to be a guest commentator?" I said, "Yes, I would be." And then they said, "Did I have any thoughts about the game?" Now, the blue team was making a bit of a comeback against the yellow team. And I said, "Guys, it takes me back to 2001, when VVS Lakshman and Rahul Dravid put on that partnership to come back against Australia and end their supremacy in world cricket." And you guys don't know VVS Lakshman and Rahul Dravid, do you? Based on your action. But what happened next was I got another standing ovation. These guys are gods in Indian folklore. So the crowd went crazy, and it was an amazing sort of atmosphere to be a part of and receive and be the beneficiary of their hospitality and their generosity and their kindness. And one of the commentators said, "You have to come back home with us and have some food, have some tea." And I had some sweet chai with this family. And I don't know if you've had sweet chai in India, but it's the sweetest chai. And I'm sitting there while they're preparing the food and the drinks, and I'm with the grandmother, the matriarch of the family, and she speaks zero English. And we're just sitting there sort of looking at each other, just smiling. And then someone comes in and explains, "I'm from Australia." So she starts smiling even more. And she doesn't speak any English, so she can't really say anything, but she's smiling, and I'm smiling back. And then after about 30 seconds, just smiling at each other, she just looked at me and she said, "Ricky Ponting." And I said to her, "Ricky Ponting?" And she said, "Ricky Ponting." To which I replied, "Ricky Ponting?" And we had a conversation for 10 minutes where all we said to each other was Ricky and Ponting. Just transcending all cultural language barriers through Ricky Ponting. Yeah, great to have you here. Couldn't have done it without you. Could not have done it without you. I drove here this afternoon, way earlier, and I'm lucky to be driving. I'm currently on 12 demerit points. Right at that edge. I don't know if you understand the concept of demerit points, but it's a little game Vic Roads play with you, where they challenge you. How many points can you get? And once you get to 12, they're like, all right, you did it. Now you can take a rest. I'm at 12 demerit points. And it's not even the first time I've been at 12. This is the second time I've been at 12 demerit points. I've been racking up a lot of points over a short period of time. And the last time, the first time I got 12 demerit points, I'd moved address, so I never got the letter that they give you from Vic Roads telling me that I had to take some time off the road. So I'd actually been suspended, but I didn't know I'd been suspended, so I just kept driving. And I got pulled over, and technically that was driving while suspended. So I had to go to the Melbourne Magistrates Court. And I went to the Melbourne Magistrates Court, and the courtroom was packed. And it was packed because the case before mine was George Pell. Now I'm not sure if you know George Pell, but he's not a good guy. I won't say anything more than that. And what was happening? He was about to go to trial. What was happening that particular day? His trial wasn't taking place, but a commission was taking place whether to allow the media to disclose information about his trial or not. It was a suppression order, and they were deciding whether they were going to allow that suppression or not, and they did. And the proceedings went for about 4 hours. They approved the suppression order. No one could talk about George Pell's trial. And then I was the next case. That's George Pell, alleged child sex offender, and then Joseph Green, general dickhead. That was the order of the day on a Thursday morning in the Melbourne Magistrates Court. And I was told I'd probably get a fine, maybe an additional suspension. And Her Honour said, okay, next up we've got Joseph Green against the Victoria Police. How would you like to plead, Mr. Green? I said, I plead guilty, Your Honour. It's completely my fault. Very sorry, I won't let it happen again. And she looked at her note and she went, okay, Mr. Green, listen, I think in the context of this morning, you're fine. I mean, what a blessing. What a blessing. The good Lord giveth and he taketh away. Huh? It is very good to come into the slipstream of George Pell, I tell you what. As far as opening acts go, high-profile pedophiles are the best. That's ideal. I'm trying to shirk those pesky ticket infringement notices. Thank you. You guys have been lovely. I was at a house party during the lockdown. Sorry, not a house party, just a small gathering. And there was an AFL footballer at this party. And he came up to me and he said, Joey Jojo, you and me. You and me. I said, buddy, I don't mean to brag, but my dick would not fit in your nostril. You scallywag. I mean, what an absolute ragamuffin. And I said, mate, what do you love about AFL? He's like, oh, mate, I do it for the chicks. I do it for the ladies. I said, oh, you don't actually play with other women? He said, yeah, I know, mate, but I do it for the ladies. I said, if anything, it's a bit gay, isn't it? It's a little bit homoerotic. He said, no, it's not gay, mate. No one's ever played AFL and ever been gay. And this is a fact. This is a fact. AFL is the only professional sport in the world where no man, past or present, has ever come out and said they're gay. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, we're not homophobic in Australia, but somehow we have created the most heterosexual sport in the world. How did we do it? I'm going to tell you, it started in 1848. There were two schools, not gay schools, just two all-boys schools. Scotch College and Melbourne Grammar, they used to play cricket every summer, didn't they? Every summer in long pants and woolen jumpers. Until one winter, Mac was like, mate, I love playing cricket with you, bro, but during the winter, I'm just at home by myself, and to be honest, mate, I miss you. It's like, yeah, mate, I miss you too, but what are we going to do? I thought we could start a new game. Yeah, what do you propose? I thought you could start by taking those pants off, put some tight shorts on, take that jumper off, put a singlet on, just to complete the look, some colourful knee-high socks. And just before we get out there, I want you to embody your favourite animal. A magpie? A tiger? Go crazy. One last thing, I'm just going to lather you in baby oil. No, it's not gay, mate. The ladies are going to love it. Well, 11 aside, thought we'd make it 18. Just make it a free-for-all. Gonna have some big sticks at either end of the ground, just to remind ourselves where the goals are. And I'm gonna grab the ball, and you're gonna tackle me. All right, mate, tackle me. Oh no, that's too high. That is too high. That is around the neck. That's not how you do it. I'll demonstrate on you. You hold the ball. You got to get him around the waist. You got to get him around the waist. You got to pin him. You got to pin him real tight. Yeah, I know it feels gay, mate, but the ladies are gonna love it. And I'm gonna throw you on the ground. Everyone's gonna shout out, "Ball!" Yeah. I know you're going to get dirty, don't worry. We've got showers, and I've spoken to the architect of the showers. He's got all the 11 showers. He's just merged them into one shower. So take those shorts off, socks off. Let's suck some dick before we pick up some ladies. That's AFL. That's how you do it. It's good stuff. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I'm also a male yoga teacher. and I haven't been doing it very long, and I don't think I'm particularly good at it, but all you really need to do it, and feel free to join in. Okay, guys, just close your eyes and inhale deep. Hold and exhale. That's it. That's it. And ladies will be coming up to me after class like, oh my God, Joseph, that breathing was amazing. I'm like, I reckon you would have nailed it without me. And there was one lady lingering after class by the heart chakra crystals, and she said, Joseph, I've been tapping into your chakras and your auric field, and I feel like, are you a spiritual person? I said, aren't we all? And she went, oh my. Do you speak my language? I said, baby, if your language is English, we're already doing it. And then she said, pray tell, do you live in the magic triangle? I said, pray tell, where is the magic triangle? And she went, oh, Carlton, Fitzroy, Northcote, Brunswick. I said, hold up. There are 4 sides in that triangle. She went, yeah. That's what makes it magic. Oh, thank you. She said, I think we've met each other before. I said, I don't think we have. She said, no, I'm sure we have. I said, where do you think we've met? She said, well, have you been to Morocco before? I said, no, I've never been to Morocco. She went, that's it. That's where we met. I said, no, you must have misheard me. I said, I've never been to Morocco. She was, no. It was 3, maybe 4 lifetimes ago. I said, I'm sorry. I assumed you were talking about this lifetime. And she's like, don't you remember? We were dancing in the desert for hours in the pouring rain. Don't you remember? We danced for so long, saturated. I said, wait, was your hair wet? And she's like, oh my God, you remember. Good to be a yogi. Done a bit of modelling before. And there are a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of misconceptions about the whole modelling and fashion industry. People think it's all about the look. It's all about the look. It's not. It's not about the look at all. It's about the walk. You know this. I mean, it's subtle, but that's why they pay you the big bucks. I mean, normal people walk like this. They go. I can't even do it. I wish I could. I really wish I could. Can't even do it. First time I ever did that joke was at the Adelaide Fringe Festival to about 14 people, and there was a reviewer sitting in the front row, and I did about 25 minutes into the show, and he had a notebook on his lap, and he hadn't written a single note for the whole show. And I got to that part where I said, "This is how normal people walk," and I went, I can't even do it. And he just looked at me and went, "So thank you for your compassion." That's good. It's good to be back for the Australian summer, doing a bit of swimming. I'm not a great swimmer, but I like to do a bit of swimming every now and then. And I was going for a swim this summer at the pool where you like to do your swimming. And I was wearing my blue board shorts, and I was going to the change rooms. I was going to the male change rooms, which is the one I always go to. And I was right at the entrance to the male change rooms when a woman about 10 metres behind me just yelled out, "Veronica! Veronica!" And this is all she could see, just this. Just this in blue board shorts, entering the male change rooms. And I turned around and she went, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're not Veronica. I was looking for my friend Veronica," and then she just walked away. And I couldn't help but think, who the fuck is Veronica? Who is this 6'2" goddess with her thin, hairy legs, blue board shorts, just tits out, walking straight into the male change rooms? Who is this saucy lady? It's a mystery. Anyway, it's good to be doing comedy. I'm a big fan of comedy. You guys big fans of comedy? Yeah! Love that. The first time I ever saw stand-up comedy was a sort of a showcase show. There was about 4 or 5 acts on. My mum took me. I was about 17 years old, and we're driving home. Mum was driving, and I said to Mum, "What did you think of the comedy tonight?" And she said, "Oh, sweetheart, it was amazing. The imagination of those comedians was remarkable." I said, "What impressed you about their imagination?" She said, "Oh, sweetheart, there was one comedian talking about anal beads." I mean, just to come up with that concept, that's an amazing imagination. I said, "Mum, you realise that anal beads, they're a real thing?" And she went, "Oh, no." "No, sweetheart, I know they're not." I said, "Mum, they are. I'll prove it to you." And I pulled out. I pulled out my mobile phone. You sickos. I said, "Mum, I'll give Anthony a call." Anthony's my little brother. He's about 13 at the time. I said, "Clearly I haven't had time to corroborate this fantastic idea of anal beads. Let's put on loudspeaker, see what your baby boy has to say." So I called Anthony and I said, "Hey, Anthony, did you download any pornography from my laptop?" And he said, "Yeah, bro, you said I could." I said, "That's fine." I said, "In those videos, were there any anal beads?" And he said, "Bro, there were only anal beads." And then my mum, while driving, said, "Oh no, I'm my baby." And my mum's a very Catholic, very conservative woman, and immediately she started saying, "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners." I said, Mum, they are the wrong beads." They are two small mums here tonight, I think. Give it up for Mum. The best part is she has seen me do that before, and the best thing about it, she says, I really do not understand why they're laughing. When you're making all this stuff up. Anyway, thanks for being here. Dad's not here tonight, which is unfortunate. Invited him, and no, you know, we all have our different relationships, but we have a good relationship overall. Is that so unbelievable? A man opening his heart. But it hasn't always been good, and I don't think anybody has a perfect relationship with their parent all the time. And we went through a stage where we didn't see or speak to each other for quite a while, about almost a whole year. And then after that, he said, why don't you come round, we'll have a meal, break bread, reconnect again. I said, that would be lovely. And I went to Dad's house, we had a meal, sort of reconciled over everything. And he said, do you want to stick around and watch a film? I said, that would be lovely. And we watched Gangs of New York. I don't know if you've seen it. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis, two great actors. And there's a scene halfway through the film, and they're talking about the father and son relationship and forgiveness and reconciliation. And during this scene, my dad puts out his hand. He says, you know, I love you, Joseph. And I said, I love you too, Dad. And I put my hand in his hand. And we just sat there holding hands, just enjoying that moment together. And then the next scene was a sex scene. Between DiCaprio and Cameron Diaz, and me and my dad are still sitting there holding hands. No one ready to let go. I start to feel my dad's hands start to sweat. I mean, nothing really prepares you for the awkward sexual tension between a father and his son. And then the first line of the scene, DiCaprio whispers in Cameron Diaz's ear, oh yeah, who's your daddy? And my daddy squeezed my hand. And I squeezed my daddy's hand. And then he turned to me and he smiled and went, oh, yeah, that'd be me. But very healing. Very healing. Yeah. Was it a sex party recently? Now, I don't know if you guys know about sex parties or what they do there, but they have get-to-know-you games. And one of the get-to-know-you games that they were playing at this sex party was you say 3 things about yourself, 2 truths and a lie. And came my turn to share my 2 truths and a lie with the circle of strangers before me. And my 2 truths and a lie were, when I was 17 years old, my father had an affair with Jeffrey Rush. And it destroyed our family. That was my first thing. The second thing was when I was about 15 years old, my mum had an affair with Jeffrey Rush. And it destroyed our family. And then my third thing was when I was about 22, I was working on a feature film starring Jeffrey Rush, and he offered me $100 to urinate on him. And that were my 3 things. My 2 truths and a lie. And after I told my 2 truths and a lie to this room of strangers, I just left the party. I just walked away. And I couldn't help but think, that must be tough for them. Because they don't know. They don't know for sure what happened. But one thing they know for sure is that Jeffrey Rush likes to fuck the Green family. that they can be certain of. And I told this joke and story to my brother, and he went, oh my God, thank you so much for not telling everybody about how I sucked Jeffrey Rush's dick. You are welcome. And people coming up to me after seeing me do that on stage were like, mate, you want to watch yourself. Like, Jeffrey Rush, he likes to sue people. He is notorious for suing people for defamation. I said, well, I'll let you know that the truth is the complete defense to defamation. That's a bit of a legal joke that didn't hit as hard as I was hoping. Pick it up, everybody! This is a special! Cameras are rolling! Don't get lazy in the last 5 minutes! We're at the end of the run, we're trying to sprint! I know you're tired, but how the fuck do you think I feel? Humiliating every single member of my family for some cheap laughs to put it on TikTok for a few more followers. Pick it up! Let's finish this show with a bit of panache. Anyway. Oh, this is great. This is going well. You guys having fun? Yeah! Thank you. It's been lovely. And this is so good because you know it's a comedy show. How good is that? But you don't always get that privilege as a performer. You don't. I'll do any gig. God knows that I have. Really and truly, I have. Very recently, I was performing at an interpretive dance night. And that was it. And there was no MC, there was no host to introduce the acts. There was just 3 interpretive dance acts, then me, then 3 more interpretive dance acts. So I just came onto the stage after 3 interpretive dance acts and I started talking, as I'm liable to do. And everyone's looking at me going, mate, why the fuck are you talking? Just move your body. Express yourself. Now, I have to ask you this. Do you think aliens exist?
Yeah.
Surely yes. Surely in the vast cosmos of space, there's some other life form out there. And I think it would be amazing if one day we got to that planet and it turns out they're just like us. They're just human beings who walk and talk and speak like we do. And we're sort of by the barn house remarking on these similarities. When one of their kind takes off his pants and he starts making love to a horse. And we are quite rightly mortified. And we're like, goodness gracious, what's going on here? And they say, well, that's John. He's just making love to the horse. We say, oh, quite rightly, that's disgusting. And they say, no, that's what we do. We make love to all beings. We don't distinguish between colour, kind, creed, or even type of animal. We make love to everything. And we say, quite right, that's actually wrong. And in the throes of passion, the horse breaks its leg. So one of our guys, he takes out a shotgun. And he shoots the horse in the head, killing it immediately. And they say to us, they have the audacity to say to us, what the hell did you just do? Well, we put him out of his pain with a shotgun. And they say, what the heck is a shotgun? And we say, you bloomin' idiots. It's an invention we made to kill human beings and animals. And they say, from their perspective, quite rightly, that's crazy. No, that's actually wrong. You guys are crazy. And we say, no, you're crazy. And they say, no, you're crazy. We say, no, you're crazy. And they say, no, you're crazy. And back and forth it goes. Wouldn't that be a crazy encounter? Like, how peculiar would that dialogue be? Can you just imagine for a moment? Now imagine telling that story in between interpretive dance acts. It's a tough gig. It is a tough gig. Appreciate you being here. Now, I don't know if you saw a poster to the show, but the poster of the show is a beautiful image of a Japanese woman called Motoko wearing all pink next to a pink wall, and me sitting beside her. That happened just on the streets of Sydney. She was just there one day, and we just got this photo. And I asked her later, do you think we could use it as a poster? She said, yeah, go for your life. And I was at a house party recently, after the lockdown. and a guy came up to me, who I never met before. His name's Deano, 30-year-old white guy, brews his own kombucha. And he said, mate, I saw the poster for your show. I love it. I said, oh, thank you very much. And he said, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. And he said, do you think that you were a Japanese woman in a previous life? And I said, no, I do not. And he said, well, I think you were. And I said, well, I don't think you're right. But why do you think that? And he said, well, between us, because I was a Japanese woman in a previous life, and genuinely I get a very good sense when somebody else was a Japanese woman in a previous life. And I'm getting that sense from you right now. So there we were, just two Japanese ladies. Just catching up over old times. It was great. Deano said he was going to come here tonight. I don't know if he made it, but he said he was going to come to the show.
Joy!
Yes, ma'am?
It's me, Deano.
What?
Me, Deano.
Oh my God, it is Deano. It is. That's crazy. I can see you. Deano is a Japanese woman.
I told you are Japanese.
No, I'm not. You are, but I'm definitely not. What do you got there?
I got the kombucha.
Yes?
Put your kimono on.
I mean, I can drink some kombucha, but I don't have a kimono.
I'll try some and then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a kimono back here. I'll drink some kombucha, but why would I have a kimono back here?
Why do I have a kimono back there? Why? You think I have a kimono at the back? Oh, wow, what a great crowd. Good energy here. Oh, this is good stuff. Yeah, this is good stuff. Deano, thank you very much. ありがとうございました。今日立った座んなくて育てているからね。今日は本当にね、昆布茶ね、すごい美味しかったから本当にありがとう。もう感謝します。本当にありがとうございます。But anyway, I actually just got back from Japan. I always look like just got back from Japan. Yeah. But from this journey, I realized that we are one. I'm Japanese woman, but I'm also Joseph Green. And you are Joseph Green. Yeah, you are Joseph Green. And you are Joseph Green.
I am Joseph.
And you.
Joseph Green, yes. No, cut. What, no applause? You just expecting me to come in? Oh, yeah, here he is, bro. This fucking bit. You don't know I'm coming back. Come on. You don't know I'm coming from there. Pick it up. Rolling. We're going again. Great job, Mami.